Lily called an emergency club meeting the next morning. Everybody gathered in the old clubhouse, which seemed to Lily to be a tiny bit emptier since they carried a few things up to Annie's attic already. But after their experience last night, Lily didn't know if she ever wanted to go back in that house again. Lily told the rest of the club what had happened to them. It was awful. Unbelievably awful. Something almost got us. Well, should we call the police? It was dark, right? Yeah, except for a little moonlight. So, would the police think you're just a couple of silly girls seeing Dracula out of season? Maybe we ought to find out a little more first. Go back to the house in the daylight and look around. Find some clues, some real evidence that an intruder was there. Lily and her friends once more trekked out to the old Winston place, this time in the sunshine. When they got there, the gates were wide open. Hacked back a grapevine and weeds made a mound beside the drive. The man who had helped put new gutters in Lily's family's house last summer was repairing hinges. Fine morning after the rain. And we needed the rain. Cool. We can go through in the front now and skip the itchy weeds. As Lily and Sarah recounted their adventure to her, Lily began to fear that they were making a mistake. Wouldn't a grown-up insist they should call the police? Oh dear. If you do think there is treasure, would you like to search the house? Great idea. See, this all happened by the basement door. So maybe we could look down there. There might be clues. Yes, there might be. Just let me get a lantern, girls. The basement doesn't have electricity, you know. Annie has asked me to call about having an electrician come. Dark as a tar pit down there. Damp as a dungeon, too. One dark night when we were all in bed, old Mother Leary left a lantern in the shed. Be careful with that lantern, Miss O'Leary. Girls, I'll leave the lantern with you here. I have to get back to my cleaning. I think you offended her. I know. So, what's the rest of the song? One dark night when we were all in bed, old Mother Leary left a lantern in the shed, and when the cow kicked it over, she winked her eye and said, "There'll be a hot time in the old town tonight." Fire, fire, fire! I remember that song now. It's about the Great Chicago Fire. Whoa! Stop! Look for footprints before we make our own. Nothing. So if your spook came down here, either he floats in the air or he stayed on the steps and came back up when you're gone. Oh, let's get out of here. There's nothing here but mold. You girls asked about treasure yesterday. Have you ever heard the rumors about the old doctor going mad and hiding things around the place? Some say he hid a fortune in cash. Others say he didn't hide anything more valuable than some ratty old papers. And others say it's just a bunch of hooey that folks in summary don't have enough to talk about. But it makes you wonder, doesn't it? We'd better go see about the white rabbit. Sarah, look! Look at that pickup down there. And as she and Sarah watched, a shiny, dark blue truck turned around at the end of Summer Lane. A man inside, who Lily thought looked familiar, seemed to be leaning out the window and talking to somebody on his cell phone. Kate, come here. Isn't that your Texas talking man? Yep. Wonder what he's doing out here, driving all slow and looking around. The truck that almost ran us over last night was dark. Yeah, but we were in the dark too. It could have been anybody. I suppose so. So what do you think? Do you think the dice last night could have been somebody looking for whatever old Doc Winston might have hidden? That would mean we interrupted a burglary. Well, if there's treasure hidden in this house, why shouldn't we find it? We can give it to Annie to thank her for letting us use the attic. And think how famous we'd be. Heroes. We could just casually look around a little as we come each day to take care of Rabbit and move more of our stuff in. Hello. Huh? Where's Miss O'Leary? She's on the front porch talking to somebody. Snapper. Hello, Mr. Tuppen.
Hello. I didn't realize that Miss Winston had children living here.
We're Annie's friends.
A bit young, aren't you?
We're looking after her cat. And you would be?
I'm her attorney. I've come to drop off some papers that Miss Winston asked for.
You can leave them with us. We'll make sure she gets them.
Huh. Very well, I suppose so.
We'll give it to her. Nice buggy art.